Hi everyone, welcome to I Am Yogi. My name's Vicky. We're here today to do a flow class, all based on opening up the hips. So we're going to get going straight away. Come to lie down on your mat, and I want your head towards the top of your mat and the feet towards the bottom of your mat. Good, and then just ease yourself down. So we're starting in Shavasana. Take the heels a little bit wider, let the toes flop out, and just rest the hands beside you with the palms facing open. You might want to briefly tuck the shoulders towards one another, just to settle down through the chest. And you may even want to briefly lift the chin to the chest, lengthen through the back of the neck, and then just reset. If you need to, shuffle on the pelvis a little, move around, and just settle down. Closing the eyes, softening the face, relaxing the jaw. Finding a few moments of stillness just to arrive and settle on your mat today. Taking a moment just to observe how you feel. So maybe do a little body scan from head to toes. Checking in with how you feel physically, energetically, emotionally. And just knowing that the next part of your day is just about you, your breath and your movement, absolutely nothing else. So just reside in the fact that you're going to devote this time to you. Try your best to still the mind, creating a little bit of distance away from any thoughts, to-do lists, trying to really draw your focus inward and just be here now. And as always, the best way or the best tool for doing this is your breath. So whenever you're ready, just start to breathe in and out through the nose a little more consciously now. As you inhale, you'll feel the chest start to lift. As you exhale, feel the chest lower. With each round of breath, you might start to deepen and lengthen, so maybe even the middle part of the body is lifting and lowering. You might even feel some movement in the sides, the upper back, the middle back as it presses into the ground on the inhale and falls away from the ground on the exhale. And eventually really trying to send the breath deep into the belly. So you're really using the whole of the torso to breathe today. Keeping your focus on your breath anytime the mind starts to wander. We'll be moving with our breath a lot today, so I really want you to keep that at the forefront of your practice. Wishing you all a wonderful flow practice today. On your next inhale, just start to slide the heels in towards you and bring a bend to the knees. So the feet are now flat to the floor. Good, so they're hip width and they're parallel. On your next inhale, we're going to lift the feet off the floor and bring the knees in towards the chest. So maybe you're holding each knee in each hand. I just want you to kind of rock from side to side here. If it feels good to draw some circles with the knees, you can go for some circles. Good, and then from here, keeping hold of your right knee, let's let the left foot drop back down to the earth. So I want you to interlace your fingers around the top of the right shin and just start to draw the right thigh bone in towards you. And it's almost like you're skimming past your rib cage and taking the knee to the side of your body. So think knee to elbow. Try and relax the shoulders down so that we're not kind of crunching up. There's still a softness through the chest. And we'll just circle the right foot a few times, just warming up the ankle joint. Taking those rotations in both directions. And then you can stay here, drawing the knee in towards the chest, or we're going to come into half happy baby. So extending the leg to more of a 90-degree angle, and you're either taking hold of the ankle, the big toe, or the outside edge of the right foot. You can rest the left hand near the left hip, and you might even want to start to wing out the left knee a little. So it's almost like we're kind of rocked onto the outside edge of the left foot. But most importantly, you're pulling the right foot or ankle, whatever you've got hold of, and the thigh bone towards the outside edge of the torso. Sole of the foot facing the sky. Take a couple more breaths here, see if you can go a little bit deeper. Good, and then slowly start to release, and we'll just come back into that knees to chest position. And if you drew circles with the knees, you might want to take them in the opposite direction now. You can even explore taking them in opposite directions if that feels good. So it's almost like swimming legs, like breaststroke legs. You might feel a few clicks, might feel a little sticky, but remember, we're working with the hips today, so really just feeling into that joint. Let's take half happy baby on the other side. So dropping the right foot down, and firstly we'll just interlace the fingers around the top of the left shin, and we'll draw the thigh bone in towards the left side of the body now. Rotations through the ankle once again. Moving mindfully and staying with your breath. With each exhale, you're maybe exploring the stretch a little deeper. Really feeling the left hip starting to warm up now. And again, remember you can stay here, or we're coming into half happy baby on the left side now. Trying to take the same grip that you chose on the right side. And remember, sole of the foot faces the sky. And you can stay here, or if you did it on the first side, you might even want to drop the right knee out a little, so you're rolling onto the outside edge of the right foot. We're going to be having this angle quite a lot in our practice today, this kind of rolling onto the edges of our feet, our toes pointing at 10 and 2 o'clock. So just bearing that in mind for the rest of the practice. Excellent. When you're ready, release. Take just a couple of moments back with knees into center. And if you feel you need to move around in any more ways, please do, before we come into full happy baby. So a few rotations if you need them, and then if you can, both legs, happy baby. And it really doesn't matter where you're grabbing your legs. You can hold the backs of the knees, the calf muscles, the ankles. Just seeing how you get on. And we don't want to hunch the shoulders up away from the floor. We want to keep them nice and relaxed. And if you can, think about the lower back still pressing down into the floor, so the hips haven't curled up. See if you can bring the thigh bones a little closer to the outer edges of your body for one more breath. And then yogi's choice, you can keep hold of the toes or the ankles as you roll up and down the spine, or if you want, you can take hold of the backs of the knees, whatever feels good for you. But either way, you're going to rock up and down a few times. And then if you can, rock a few times until you feel like you can balance on your sit bones and extend the legs maybe. If you've still got hold of the backs of the knees, it's absolutely fine just to stay with the knees bent, or you're fully extending. We're here for 5, lifting the gaze for 4, nice long spine for 3, for 2, on 1. If you're feeling brave, you can land, keeping hold of the toes, or you can just come down a little bit more slowly. Either way, we're coming into a wide seated forward fold. So take a little inhale to roll the shoulders back, open the chest, and then exhale, just creep the fingertips forward and just go to wherever feels comfortable. Remember, it's early on in the practice, just see how you feel. Want to keep a nice length to the spine. And we're really flexing the feet here, curling the toes up and towards you. On your next inhale, come up a little bit halfway and find a teepee shape with your hands, and we'll walk the hands over to the right side of the body, so towards the right heel. Or maybe it's the right calf or ankle, wherever it takes you, but just a nice side stretch through the left side of the body. Feeling the backs of the legs and maybe the outer hips really starting to work now. Inhale, lift and lengthen, come back to center as you exhale, and then we'll just take it straight over to the left side. And remember, just going to what feels good today. Still flexing the feet, still keeping a nice length to the spine, and maintaining that strong breath. Well done. Inhale, come back to center. And then just walk the hands in nice and slowly, roll up through the spine. And then take the hands behind you. Again, you're still on your fingertips, and we're just going to open the chest a little and lean back. Slide the heels in so the knees soften, and just swish the knees from side to side. Maybe you're moving with your breath, maybe you're just moving with what feels good. So if you feel like you need to stay on one side, you can. We're just swishing the knees, rolling on the heels. Good. Listen carefully, extend the legs once again, so we're back in that wide position. And then place the right hand behind you, the left fingertips in front of you. Flip onto the outside edge of the right foot, the inside edge of the left foot, and lift the left arm up. There we go. As you exhale, come down, and we're just switching to the other side. So left arm behind, right arm reaches up. Now you can move with the breath, or you can just stay, maybe holding, if that feels nice. Yogi's choice. So with the breath, or just some more static movements. We're just starting to open up the front of the body. Make sure you've taken an equal number on both sides. And then let's stay on the left side, and we're just going to pivot around and meet in a downward facing dog. So right hand comes down, feet walk back around, and you should be now in a downward facing dog facing the front of your mat. Good. So first downward dog, let's just walk it out, see how we feel. Bending right knee, gazing left, bending left knee, gazing right. Relaxing the shoulders, pressing through the hands, just getting comfortable in your downward facing dog. Good, so we're going to run through a few variations of a vinyasa. So we'll take the first one nice and slow. So inhale, shuffle the feet back and just roll forward into a plank. Holding our first plank just for a couple of breaths, so really zip in the tummy muscles, push the floor away and just look past the top edge of your mat. And then listen carefully, we're going to drop the hips to the backs of the wrists and roll the shoulders back and pull the rib cage through. Drop the knees, push back through a child's pose, and then come back to downward facing dog. Let's do it just like that one more time. So inhale, shuffle the feet back, roll forward to a plank. Exhale, lower the hips. Inhale, pull the rib cage through, look up. And then exhale through a child's pose, or if you want, you can just push the hips back to downward facing dog. Good, take a few more, and just in your own time, maybe another 3 to 5, whatever feels good today, and you can really roll and undulate as you get a little bit more used to that movement. So as you roll forward to the plank, it's almost like you're rounding the spine, and then you're opening up as you push through to upward dog, and then rounding once again as you push back to downward dog. So we're just kind of rolling out the spine a little in this kind of wave-like movement. Good, lifting the chin in upward dog if you can. I'm really feeling the arm strength today as well. Good, we'll all meet in a downward facing dog when you're ready. On your next inhale, let's float the right heel up towards the sky. Listen carefully. As you exhale, we're going to roll forward and we're going to tap the knee to the right elbow. So inhale, lift the leg higher. Exhale, roll forward and tap the right elbow. Inhale, push the leg back. We've just got 2 more. Exhale, tap the elbow. Maybe even you can find the upper arm. Last one. Inhale, kick the leg back. Exhale, this time, hover the knee and lightly place the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Drop the left knee, uncurl the left toes. Now take a little look at your right foot. I want the toes at about 1-2 o'clock. Come onto the fingertips and just open through the chest. And we're just in our lizard. So you can stay here. By all means, if you want to creep the fingertips forward and go a little deeper, you can. And as well, we've got this option to wing out the right leg as much as you want to. So there is the option of finding the outside edge of the foot, or even just a light pressure on the inner knee from the right hand. Your choice entirely. Just take it to wherever feels good for you today. Making sure the back leg is super straight and the top of the foot is pressing into the floor, because we're still also melting the left hip towards the earth as well. Check in with the breath, make sure we're still there. Good, and then on your next inhale, wherever you are, come up onto your hands, curl the back toes under, lift the back knee, and we're going to power the left leg to the outside of the left hand, and we'll meet in a yogi squat. So your first one, you might want to kind of move around a little bit and keep the hands on the floor. If you're feeling okay here, you can bring hands straight to heart center, yogi's choice. Either way, you want your shoulders back and down, softness to the face, tailbone towards the earth, palms pressing together. Breath strong, and feel free to close the eyes if that feels good as well. Couple more here. If you close the eyes, blink them open. Exhale, release the hands to the floor. Send the weight forward and start to lift the hips towards the sky. Heel toe the feet towards one another so they're hip width and parallel, and find your big toes. First 2 fingers and thumb, hook on. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, come into your forward fold, Padangusthasana. So the weight is forward, the hips are high, shoulders are soft, breath is strong. And if you can, really pull on the toes, poke the elbows aside. Knees are as soft as they need to be here. Can you send the weight forward a little more and lift the hips a little higher? Good, on your next inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release the toes, press the hands to the floor, and let's step back to a plank. Right foot, then left foot. Everyone take an inhale, push the floor away, and then exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, send the elbows back. Inhale to your upward facing dog, and exhale to your downward facing dog. Lovely. So setting up for left side, inhale, float the left heel up. Remember what you know, inhale to lift the leg a little higher, and then exhale, left knee taps left elbow. Inhale, kick the leg back, 2 more. Exhale, tap the elbow. Really rolling forward, last one, inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, hover the knee and lightly step the left foot through this time. Drop the right knee, uncurl the toes. Take a little inhale just to set yourself up, and then exhale, either melting into your version of lizard or opening up the left leg a little and winging it out to the side. So try and do the same as what you did on the first side. Also melting the right hip towards the earth, so we're getting this a little closer. Check in with the breath. Couple more here. Just easing in, seeing how the hips feel. On your next inhale, let's come up. Hands to the floor, back toes tuck under, and if you can, power that back foot all the way up. Lightly stepping it to meet your front foot, back in yogi squat once again. So opportunity to go a little deeper now. Maybe you're even using the elbows to tease the knees a little wider, to sink the hips a little lower. Finding stillness, focus. Excellent. If you close the eyes, blink them open, hands to the floor. Again, send the weight forward as you lift the hips to the sky. Heel toe feet once again, and we can take Padahastasana now, hands, feet. So the toes are going to find the wrist creases. Little inhale to lengthen, and then we fold once again into our second forward fold now. Again, just exploring how this feels, hinging forward, lifting sit bones high. Breath still the focus. Last couple breaths here. Can you lift sit bones a little bit higher, weight forward a little more. And then on your next inhale, look forward. Exhale to release the hands fully to the floor. And this time, if you want, you can take a little jump back and land in Chaturanga. Or you can step back to plank, yogi's choice, and flow through your version of a Vinyasa. Either way, we'll meet in our downward facing dog. Good. On your next inhale, let's float the right leg nice and high. Exhale, knee to that outer elbow once again, roll forward. 2 more. Inhale, kick the leg back. Exhale, knee to elbow. Last one. Inhale, kick the leg back. Exhale, see if you can step the foot outside the right hand. Drop the back heel this time and just shuffle the right foot so it's now parallel. Right hand to the inside of the right foot, and like you've got a bow and arrow, I just want you to bring the left arm up. So we're coming into a variation of extended side angle. So your heels are in line, your shoulders are stacked, and you're looking up to that top hand. Good. On your next exhale, drop the gaze, listen carefully, press through the hands and scoop the right fingertips up to the sky. We're coming into reverse warrior. So sliding the left fingertips down behind you and reaching the right fingertips up. So we're feeling a nice side stretch through the right side of the body. Breath still strong, deep bend in the right knee. Excellent. On your next inhale, come back to center. Exhale, frame the right foot, step back and flow through your Vinyasa. And remember, these are optional. You can always just stay with your downward facing dog and push back to that. Nice. When you're ready, inhale. Let's float the left leg up nice and high. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, knee to the elbow. Good. Last time. Inhale, kick the leg back. Exhale, knee to elbow. Hover the foot and then step it outside the left hand. Drop the right heel down. Reach the right fingertips up like a bow and arrow and come into your variation of extended side angle. So if the hand's not flat to the floor, you can always use a brick or come onto fingertips. But we want to keep the right hip nice and low. We want to keep the top shoulder reaching up, so there's energy right through the fingertips. Stay with the breath, couple more here. Can you press the left upper arm into the inner knee a little more to keep the hip opening? As you exhale, lower the gaze. We're scooping the left arm now, coming up into peaceful warrior. Good, nice stretch through the left side of the body. Still a deep bend in the left knee. So be mindful that left knee doesn't collapse in. We're teasing it out to the baby toe side of the left foot. Nice, guys. Couple more here. As you inhale, come back to center. Exhale, frame the left foot. Inhale, find your plank. Exhale, chaturanga, or drop the knees if you need to. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, your upward facing dog. Exhale to your downward facing dog. Great, well done. We're gonna add on. So inhale, float the right leg up. This time, exhale, we'll step the right foot straight through. Take it outside the hand, or scoop the right hand inside. Spin the left heel down, bow and arrow, left arm reaches up. As you inhale, scoop the right fingertips forward, and as you exhale, come into your peaceful warrior. Good. Listen carefully. As you inhale, I want you to extend your right leg and come onto your right heel and bring hands to heart center. And then as you exhale, we're going to bend into the left knee and we're going to sink down into Skandasana. Release the hands to the floor if you need to, or if you can, stay high and flex the toes of the right foot. So you're towards the back of your mat now. Good. Try and keep the chest open. Try and keep the breath strong. We're here for 3, for 2. Good. On 1, listen carefully. Release the hands to frame your back foot and come onto the ball of your right foot. Nice. Power the right leg high. We're coming into standing split. Nice. So, melting over the left leg, trying to walk the fingertips back in line with the toes, really pointing the right foot towards the sky, lifting it a little higher for 3, for 2, good. On 1, drop the lifted leg, step back and lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Well done. Take an inhale, we'll take the left side, lift the left leg up. Exhale, step the left foot outside the left hand. Inhale, float the right fingertips up, drop the back heel, look up. Exhale, scoop the left fingertips, peaceful warrior. Inhale, extend the left leg this time, come onto the heel, bring the hands to heart center. Exhale, just shift the toes around as you bend into the right leg this time for your half Skandasana. Remember, if it's too much, just bring the fingertips to the floor. Holding here, keeping the chest upright. Keeping the breath strong for 3, for 2. Excellent. On 1, frame the right foot, come onto the ball of the left foot, and then power the left leg high. Standing split. Excellent. So really opening up the front of the hip, the backs of the legs. So if you can, really point through the toes, but keep the hips level. We're here for 3. For 2, excellent. On 1, slowly drop the foot to the back of the mat. Inhale to a plank. Exhale through Vinyasa. Or remember, just rest, downward facing dog. Nice, well done. Take a breath. Let's add on. Inhale, float the right leg high. Exhale, step the right foot through. Shuffle the right hand in. Left arm reaches up, inhale. Exhale, peaceful warrior. Right hand scoops forward and back. Inhale, extend the right leg, come onto the heel, hands to heart. Exhale, sink into your left knee. Good. Exhale, release the hands to frame the back foot. Inhale, back leg powers high, standing split. Listen carefully. So we're going to come into half moon from here. So we're going to walk the hands forward a little. You're going to bring the left hand underneath your face, and just like we've got another bow and arrow, the right arm is going to reach up, and we're really flexing the right foot and starting to stack right hip on top of left. So drive the heel as much as you can. This will help stability. We're here for 3. For 2, listen carefully. On 1, soften into the left knee, and we're going to land in warrior 2. So the right foot's going to land down and you're in a warrior 2 facing the back of your mat. Good. Hold here. Now open up the hip, so we're sending the left knee to the outside edge of the left foot. Excellent, keep breathing. On your next inhale, flip and reach the left palm forward. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop the left elbow and sweep the right arm. Extended side angle. We hold here. Good. Now you can stay here. If it's available, the left hand can come to the inside edge of the left foot now. Or you can just stay with the elbow. Just listen to your hips. If you can, think about the upper left arm pressing into the inside of your left knee. So we're just really teasing the left knee now towards the baby toe side. On your next exhale, that top hand is going to meet your bottom hand, your ball, finding the ball of the back foot, and then you're stepping back to your plank, taking a vinyasa, or resting in downward dog. Well done. Breathe. Inhale, float the left leg up. Exhale, roll forward. Tap the elbow, then step the foot through. Spin the back heel down, right arm reaches up like a bow and arrow. Exhale, scoop the left fingertips forward and back. Peaceful warrior. Good. Inhale, extend the left knee, come onto the heel of the left foot, hands at heart center. Exhale, bend deeply into your right knee. Good. Release the hands, frame the back foot, and on an inhale, standing split. So setting up for half moon on this side now. So walking the hands forward a little, right fingertips are in front of the face, and like you've got a bow and arrow in your left arm now, you're going to pull the left fingertips up to the sky as you stack the left hip on top of the right, holding for 3. For 2, you know what's coming. Don't worry if you wobble, it's all good. Arm 1, soften into the right leg and see if you can land in warrior 2. Nice and gracefully, good. And then just settle, both feet back on the floor. Relax the shoulders, gaze forward. Breath nice and strong here. On your next inhale, reach the front palm forward. Reverse your warrior just for 1 breath. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, extended side angle. And again, your version of the posture, if the the right hand can come inside, you can take it inside. Just so we're teasing the right knee now towards the right baby toe, and we're deepening into that hip opening on the right side. Lift the gaze to the top hand, take 1 more breath here. And then as you exhale, top hand comes to meet the bottom hand, ball of the back foot, and you step back to take vinyasa. Good. Or rest in downward dog. 1 breath, 1 movement. Good, really nice, guys. Inhale, float the right leg up. Exhale, knee to elbow, and then step the foot through. Spin the left heel down. Bow and arrow, extended side as you inhale. Exhale into your peaceful warrior. You know where we're going now. Inhale, extend the right knee, hands to heart center. Exhale, bend into the back leg, left knee deeply bends. Release the hands, frame the back foot, and then power up, standing split. Walk the hands forward to set yourself up, and then draw the right arm up, stack the hips, and come into your half moon. Nice, just 1 breath as you exhale, soften into the left knee, land in your warrior 2. We go exhale into peaceful warrior straight away. Inhale back to center, exhale, extended side once again. So we're holding again here. Now you have the option to take the bind this time. So left fingertips to earth, and maybe right hand drops behind and grabs onto your left fingertips. So you're really opening the chest. Now you can stay here, or if bird of paradise is in your practice, the back foot can meet the front foot, and you can stand onto your right leg and start to lift up into an extended balance. Yogi's choice. If you're there, maybe extending the leg and holding for 3, For 2, excellent. On 1, we come out the way we came in, nice and slowly as you step back, and we'll all inhale to warrior 2. We'll all exhale to vinyasa. Really nice, well done. 1 breath, 1 movement. So you know what's coming on the left side now. Really starting to move with your breath. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to elbow, step the foot through. Spin the back heel. Inhale, bow and arrow. Exhale, scoop, peaceful warrior. Inhale, extend the left knee. Hands heart. Exhale, bend into your right knee. Skandasana. Inhale, release the hands to the floor, power the back leg high, standing split. Walk the hands forward, right hand down, left arm reaches up as you inhale, half moon. As you exhale, land with grace, if you can, into your warrior 2. Inhale, flip and reach. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, extended side. And again, we're holding once again. You have the option to bind. So this time, the left fingertips reach down, the right fingertips reach up. If you're there, open up the chest, and if you want to take bird of paradise, you can. So left foot meets right, and then you power through the right leg and you stand tall. Once you're standing, maybe the leg extends, and we're here for 3, for 2, excellent. On 1, releasing down slowly, exactly how you came in, and we'll all inhale to warrior 2. We'll all exhale to vinyasa. Well done, really nice. Take a couple of breaths in downward facing dog. Really nice, guys. We're almost there, so we just got a couple more rounds. So take a breath. Notice how your hips feel, and you're getting to know the flow now, so really starting to move mindfully with the breath. Inhale, float the right leg up. Exhale, knee to elbow, step the foot through. Inhale, back heel down, left arm up. Exhale, peaceful warrior, scoop the right fingertips. Inhale, extend the right leg, hands to heart center. Exhale, bend deeply into your left knee. Inhale, swivel, power the back leg up, standing split. Exhale, walk the hands forward. Inhale, open up to half moon. Exhale, land in warrior 2. Really nice. Inhale, flip and reach the front palm. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, back to warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle once again. Good, this time we're going to drop the top hand down and come into a twist. So right hand down and ball of the right foot as your left arm reaches up. So opening up to the left side into your twist. Nice, strong back leg. Breath strong, hips level, shoulders stacked. Good, listen carefully. So we're going to transition now to the outside edges of both feet. So if you turn your left toes to the long edge of your mat and drop your heel to the long edge of your mat. So you're on the outside edges of both feet. Top hand almost reaches forward towards me. Good. Nice. So you should really feel this through the outer sides of both hips. So you're having a tricky transition now to side plank. See if you can do it in one sweep, or you might even be able to keep that foot hovered and take a hovering side plank. Yogi's choice, your decision, but see how you get on. Lift the hips, we're here for 5, for 4, well done, for 3, for 2, excellent. On 1, top hand down, and then exhale, vinyasa. Really nice. Feel that strength building. Left side, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, float the knee to the elbow, lightly step the foot through. Spin the back heel, bow and arrow. Good. Exhale, scoop, peaceful warrior. Inhale, extend the left knee, hands to heart center, sink into the right knee as you exhale. Release the hands, frame the right foot, and on an inhale, power up, standing split. Exhale, walk the hands forward, lifting up into your half moon. Left arm floats up. As you exhale, soften into the right knee, land in your warrior two. Inhale, flip and reach. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, just one breath in extended side. And then the top hand's going to find the earth. You're going to find the ball of the back foot and twist to the right this time. Right fingertips up, left fingertips down. Holding here, settling the breath, finding stability through that bottom hand and that strong back leg. Good, so enjoy this hip stretch now. So flip onto the outside edges of both feet. If you definitely get to the outside edges of both feet, you'll feel that stretch through the outer hips. Both legs super strong. And your right fingertips can almost reach to the back of your mat. Good, nice. Transition time, so last breath, lift the hips. See if you can lift up your front foot and stack it or hover it into your side plank. Holding for 5, really nice guys, for 4, for 3, for 2, excellent, on 1. As you exhale, both hands down, take an inhale, then exhale, chaturanga. Excellent, 1 breath, 1 movement. Hold your downward dog for a couple of breaths. Final round, we're almost there. If you need to take a little child's pose, do so, or just stay strong in your downward facing dog. Last round, so when you're ready, we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Enjoy the breath, enjoy the movement. Inhale, right leg floats high. Exhale, bring the knee to the elbow, step it through. Spin the back heel, float the left fingertips high. Exhale, peaceful warrior. Inhale, extend the front leg, hands to heart center. Exhale, bend deeply into the left knee. Inhale, standing split, swivel and power up. Exhale, walk the hands forward. Inhale, float the right fingertips high. Exhale, land in warrior two. Inhale, flip and reach. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, extended side. Top hand comes down. Ball of the back foot as you switch to a twist. Good. As again, flip onto the outside edges of both feet and float the fingertips to the front of your mat. On your next inhale, transition to side plank. So top foot meets the back foot and hold here for 3. Listen carefully now for 2. On 1, your top leg, if it's still hovered, hover it if you're not there. Bend the knee and plant the ball of the foot behind you and open your hips and your chest to the sky. Wild thing. 5 breaths here. So you're on the ball of the right foot. The left foot, sorry. The outside edge of the right foot. For 3. For 2, you'll be pleased to hear we're finding our seat. So just lower your right seat to the floor and land on your seat. Good. And you should have your left leg in. Nice, well done. We made it to the floor. So bringing the left leg in nice and close, we're going to take Marichyasana. So the right leg's extended, the foot is flexed. You've got a little gap between your left foot and your right thigh, and you're going to bring your left arm inside. Reach your left arm forward, and before we take the bind, there's the option to just take hold of the extended foot. Maybe it's the big toe side, maybe you can even hook onto the outside edge. Bring your right hand to the floor and see if you can just do a little lift here. For 5, good. For 4, building a little bit of strength. For 3, for 2, on 1, release. Let's take the posture now. So either arms wide and fold, or if you can, take the bind and fold. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, shin to shin or thereabouts. Keep squeezing the bent knee in. Keep curling the right toes towards you. Last couple breaths. As you inhale, look up. Exhale, release, and bring the right knee in to meet the left. Soles of the feet together, knees wide for Baddha Konasana. So inhale, roll the shoulders back, open the chest. Exhale, fold forward. A nice length to the spine, so think crown of head forward, sit bones grounded and shuffling back. Opportunity to just catch your breath. Good. When you're ready, inhale to come up. Exhale, let's extend the left leg and keep the right knee bent. So bring the right knee up for the other side. So just like before, this time we bring the right arm inside. If you can, grab the big toe side or maybe the outside edge of the foot. Left hand presses beside your left hip, and maybe you can do that little lift. Good, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, it'll all become clear at the end of the practice. On 1, release down. Keep the reaching forward and take the arm wide. Either stay here and fold or bind and fold. Marichyasana, really hugging the right knee in towards you, staying strong with the breath. Good, couple more here. Can you squeeze and hinge forward a little more? Excellent. On your inhale, look forward. Exhale, release. And let's cross the ankles now. Roll over the ankles and either step or hop back through a vinyasa or just take a downward facing dog. Yogi's choice. So we just have the left side to go, and then we'll have a little go at a peak posture towards the end. Inhale, float the left leg up. Exhale, left knee to elbow, step the foot outside. Left hand inside, right arm up, bow and arrow. Good. Lower the gaze and scoop. As you exhale, peaceful warrior. Inhale, extend the front leg, bend into the back leg, come into Skandasana. Good. Inhale, release and frame the right foot. Power the left leg high, standing splits. Exhale, walk the hands forward. This time the left arm reaches up for your half moon. As you exhale, landing gracefully, right knee still bent in your warrior 2. Inhale to reach right palm, exhale to reverse your warrior. Inhale back to warrior 2, exhale, extended side. Good, drop the gaze, bring the left hand to the floor, ball of the left foot as the right arm reaches up into your twist. As you exhale, flip onto the outside edges of both feet, right fingertips forward. Inhale, transition to side plank. If you can, hover the foot for 3. Good, for 2. On 1, bend the right knee, ball of the right foot to the floor as you open into your wild thing. Just for 5. For 4, really opening up through the body for 3. For 2, last bit of energy. On 1, release yourself down and find your seat. So left sit bone shuffles down and the right knee is in. So we've made it to have a go at our peak posture. So there's a few stages and a few options to take, but if you can, we're working towards getting this right leg, and we'll do both sides, onto our shoulder really, backpack leg I like to call it, or my old teacher liked to call it. So maybe you're just here today, so you just want to kind of wedge the back of the knee on the upper arm. If you can get it a little higher, it's a little easier. You almost want this leg to be sorted out, like you haven't got to worry about it. Then you're going to bend in the bottom leg and you're going to hook the bottom ankle on top of the lifted leg. And maybe this is where you stay. You might even stay with the leg extended. You might even try a little lift. If you've got the feet crossed and you feel like you might be able to lift up, go for it. Once you've done that, you're extending the legs, shifting them over to the side and holding for 5 breaths. That's our peak posture today, 8 angle posture. Feel free to have a go or just play around for 3, for 2, good. On 1, if you want, you can transition out and take a vinyasa, or you can just relax and have a go at the other side. So coming through, finding your seat, and this time we'll try it with the left leg. So like I said, the more you can get the back of the knee on the shoulder, the easier it is, yeah? When my teacher said backpack leg, I was like, backpack leg, but I get it now. It's like it's a rucksack strap, yeah? Then you might just stay here. The right ankle is now on top of the left ankle, and that's quite important to get that ankle on top. Then maybe you're lifting up, then you're extending the legs, and then it's like you're taking chaturanga arms. Looking forward, not looking down, and holding for 3. Having a go, playful yoga for 2. Excellent, on 1. Transition out, let's all take a vinyasa, and we'll all meet in a child's pose from our downward dog. Well done, guys, really nice. Knees wide, big toes touch, sink back, well-deserved rest. Forehead to floor. Check in with the breath, see how you're feeling. Listening to the breath. Feeling the breath in and out. So that posture is called Ashtavakrasana. It's 8-angle posture. And it's more about technique than anything. So keep having a go at these things, just a bit of fun. Excellent, well done, guys. So when you're ready, just slide the hands in beside the knees, and we'll just roll up through the spine, nice and slowly. Taking a few shoulder rolls as you get to the top. And then on your next inhale, we'll float the arms wide, and we'll just take a nice little side stretch. So grab the left wrist with the right hand, grow taller, and then let's just go over to the right side. So we've been working our knee to our elbow a few times. We've been working the side body. Side plank as well, so it's good to just give that area a nice little stretch now. Inhale back to center, switch the grip, exhale other side. Good, really nice. Inhale back to center, and then exhale, just float the arms wide, give them a little shake, and then we'll drop onto our left hip. We'll swing our legs around in front of us, and we'll just come back to that swish. So bringing the heels in, soft knees, fingertips behind you, and we'll just work that swish once again. And by all means, if you liked the extended version, you can come back to that, or you can just stay with the softer version with the knees bent. Whatever feels good for you to wind down in your practice today. Excellent, and then when you're ready, extend the legs, reach the arms forward, and we'll just roll down our spine super slow, trying to keep the tummy engaged as you melt down. And give the knees a little squeeze, and we're taking them wide, so it's almost like we've got the width of happy baby, but we're just holding the knees for a moment. If it feels good to circle them once again. And remember, this is your practice, so you can go in the same direction. You can come back to those swimming legs in the opposite directions. And then the option to come into happy baby. So where we began, and just notice how this feels now. You might want to rock, you might want to find stillness. Feel free to close the eyes and just take in how the hips are feeling, how the mind's feeling. Really nice stillness and breath. Inhale, release the toes and just bring the knees in together. Give them a little squeeze. And we're coming into our final twist now. So extend the left leg and keep hold of the right. And we're just going to scooch the hips over to the right as you roll onto your left hip, keeping the right knee bent and in towards you, and reaching the right arm out to the side. The gaze can be over to the right fingertips. Just make sure we're stacking the hips, but shoulders and chest are grounded. Feel a nice stretch along the outer hip and thigh. And maybe even keep the left hand on the outer knee just to encourage that stretch a little more. On your next inhale, slowly back to center. Both knees in once again. Do whatever you need to between sides. If you need to shuffle the hips across, you can, and then allow the right leg to extend. Keep hold of the left knee. And then again, shuffle the hips over as you rock onto the right hip and guide the left knee over the body to the right side. And again, maybe keeping the right hand on top of the left knee and reaching the left fingertips and maybe looking over to the left fingertips. Excellent. As you inhale, slowly back to center. Giving yourself one final squeeze of the knees or anything else that feels good about now. Maybe curling yourself up, forehead to knees, tuck everything in. And then as you exhale, we'll all meet in our final resting posture, our Shavasana, where we began not so long ago, legs fully extended, arms to floor, palms open. Shuffling shoulders together, melting the chest. Allowing the hips to really ease down. Letting go of your practice, letting go of your breath, and just allowing stillness to wash over the body. Nothing to do but rest. Feel free to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you wish. Well done everyone, it was lovely to guide you through the practice today. Hope you enjoyed that. Namaste.